Let's add some pictures to our game. Unfortunately, we can't use real pictures because we don't have a graphics library to use at the moment. We will later in the semester. But what we can do is we can use something called ASCII Art. So you can draw it yourself, but it takes a lot of skill and time, and I probably don't have either of those things right now. So I'm going to Google search for ASCII Art, ASCII Art, and I've linked one site in the on the website, which is ASCII Art Archive, and it has all sorts of things, sort of like people and locations and nature. If I click on nature, I can go and have a look at beaches, camping, clouds, lightning, landscapes, islands. Islands looks interesting for my game. Okay, let's say I want this particular um, one for my game. I can simply copy it like this. Oops, I left off a bit. Control C, and then I can go back to my trinket game, and I could simply say print and a multi-line string. You need 3 quotation marks, and I could put that in the middle. Oops. Now, if I hit run, bad input on line 26. Okay. That's interesting because it actually has 3 quotation marks in there. I might switch to single quotation marks. You can run into a lot of little problems like this with ASCII Art. You've just got to do the best that you can. If you really get stuck, you can check with me. Okay. There we go. Okay, we have another problem here, and this is a really common one. Wherever you have a backslash at the end here and then an enter, the backslash sort of cancels out the enter. So to cancel out the backslash from canceling out the enter, that's getting confusing, you need to add another backslash. It's only when there are backslashes on the very end, and that's looking perfect now. I see that it says SST there. I'm guessing that's the person who made it. So what I might just do is I might acknowledge that up here and write art by SST from ASCII I think that was right. I think that's where we got it. It is good to put some sort of acknowledgement in your code so you're not sort of just, well, stealing or plagiarizing stuff. And that's all well and good. I've got my palm tree, and if I run that again, fantastic, all working. Now, I really suggest you don't put something as massive and ugly as this in your function for a location. Please don't do that. Make it your own function, and we could actually make a list here. Well, not a list, but we could make a section where we define um, drawings. So if I make a function and I'm going to call it draw underscore island, and all this function is going to do is one tab in. Oh, yep, and of course I need to then later on call it. So draw island, beautiful, that works. And the great thing is I need to make sure it's slightly indented here for this to work, but I can code fold, and now, oh, how beautiful is that? Now I don't have to worry about it at all, and I could keep on, I could just do the same thing. I could have another one, define, draw, uh, whatever it is, might be island 2 or island 3 or whatever, and I would have all of my draw functions there. And then later on, when I'm in my island location, anywhere in the text, I can just call that function draw island, and it will draw the island. So I hope that was helpful. One thing I might just do super quickly before I leave is I might just take that this one, and I might actually put it in there in the function, and we're done. Please, 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 please make sure that you have something as beautiful and clean as this, and don't just put all of this text inside your location function. That would be really hard to debug and to deal with at that point. Do something beautiful like this, and I look forward to see some awesome ASCII art in your game. Have fun and hit save.